Well, hello and welcome to this video, which is a little different from the others that we've looked at so far. We're staying with the Quantum VWAP Pro indicator, but in this case, we're looking at two different versions of it, side by side, identical chart, identical time frame, and identical stock. On the left-hand side, you just click to activate the screen. If I click on the settings, you can see that we are on the VWAP indicator on that side. So that's one version. And in addition to that, I've also changed this to just regular hours, just for clarity. On the right-hand side, if we do the same thing, click on that, and here you can see we're on the MVWAP. So what we're doing in this video is we are comparing the MVWAP on the right-hand side to the VWAP on the left-hand side. And you might wonder why. Well, I think this really reinforces the whole principle and the primary difference between the two indicators, or the two variants of the indicators rather, because on the left-hand side, here we have the VWAP, and as I said earlier, I've set this to regular trading hours just for clarity. Here we have the VWAP indicator, and that is resetting because we've gone into a new trading session. Now, when it does reset, certainly within the first few candles, it's quite hard to really get a fix on precisely where the price action is sitting in the context of the envelopes and the VWAP itself, because it starts at zero. It starts counting at zero again. That's what it's doing, and it starts to recalculate from there on out. Over on the right-hand side, this is not the case. Because we have a moving average, we've got our moving VWAP here, just moving seamlessly across the session. We've got exactly the same pricing. The price candles are identical. There's nothing different about it. You might think, just glancing at the screen, that these are different charts or different stocks or whatever. They're not. They're identical. All we're looking at is the two different versions of the VWAP, and this really reinforces the point about the moving VWAP, because what it does is it moves, first of all, it moves seamlessly through this region. So there's no breaks at all. But more importantly than that, and I think this is the great application of using the VWAP in combination, the moving VWAP in combination with the VWAP, is that it then reveals exactly where you are. Whereas this is unclear on the left in terms of the VWAP getting started, once you're starting your trading session and you're looking at an opportunity and the VWAP is getting underway, and it's quite confusing down here as to exactly where we are. With the moving VWAP, it's very, very clear what's happening. We've come from this point down here. We're on the outer envelope here. We're moving, we're well away from the VWAP, but it looks as like we're moving towards the VWAP, and on up we go. So it really, I've explained previously, it really paints the picture. It's almost like it's completing this section of the chart that's almost missing, if you like. So what it's doing is it's filling in the blanks for you, and it's really giving you a very strong view, a very clear view of where the price has come from the previous day or the previous session, and therefore giving you a very good sense of where the price action may follow through during the early part of the trading session, which is absolutely crucial. Let's be honest. When we get underway, we're obviously looking at the volume profiles. We're looking at where we are in the context of the VWAP, in the context of the upper and lower envelopes, and we want to get a good sense of really where this particular stock or whatever it is you're trading is going to be moving. And in order to do that, you have to have a pretty good idea of where it's come from, a very clear picture. So I think this is a great application of using the two indicators together. We've certainly found it very helpful, and I hope that you will investigate this for yourselves. You can use it obviously in all the various time frames. Yes, it does take up a bit more real estate on your system. I appreciate that. But I think certainly if you're an intraday trader who's day trading stocks or whatever you are day trading, it gives you that all-important clarity in that initial opening 10, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it may be, and really puts the whole thing into context of where that particular instrument, that stock, that index future, that ETF, where it was yesterday, and where the VWAP and the outer envelopes are sitting in the context of the price action as it unfolds in the trading session. Once we get underway, then it's pretty clear where we're going. We've got a lovely upper envelope here, which is really supportive of the price, and it's a fabulous move higher. And we'd obviously be looking at volume. Maybe we're looking at this point here as potential weakness. Are we going to see a full-blown reversal, or is this just a point of exhaustion maybe? And once again, you can see the stock retraces down, sits on the VWAP. I've mentioned it many times before. It's almost like a magnet. It is the point at which price is let's say at fair value, if you like to think of it in those terms, very much in similar terms to the VPOC. So we're looking at a fair value area, if you will, and then we take off again and we're going back up to the envelope. We get a slightly different profile here because we're looking at a calculation that is marginally different, but nevertheless we move up through the envelope here and on, and we're getting support from the envelope, and we're up at the top of the envelope, and then we retrace down in much the same way as we have here, back onto the VWAP, and then we move back above the envelope as in much the same way as we do here. So I would urge you to investigate this for yourselves. Try it for yourself. I hope you find it useful. We certainly do. It gives us that all-important clarity particularly at the start of the session, to help you make sense of what has gone on before, and therefore what is likely to unfold in the forthcoming session. So thanks very much indeed for watching. Hope you found this one useful and informative. And we will see you in the next videos. Lots more to come as always. So see you there, and bye for now.